Yeah? What do you think? You're getting a bath.
On November 12, 2021, we took off in the Havaseas to explore some of Vancouver Island. We had just left the marina, so we were not interested in immediately returning to another dock, so we were looking for an anchorage that we could hang out in and relax. Todd Inlet seemed to meet our needs as it was totally protected. I was a little concerned whether there'd be enough room in the anchorage, but the draw of the dinghy dock to the back entrance of Bushart Gardens had me interested. We ended up being very surprised at what we found at Todd Inlet, and we weathered a major atmospheric river. We woke up to a foggy morning, but it cleared up. It's calm outside. It's a beautiful day to start our journey. We are leaving the San Juan Islands and we are headed over to Sydney to check in with customs. It was a 4 to 5 hour jaunt over to Canada. We started out with a foggy morning. Looks like Eric has the radar up. I have not been paying attention because I've been making breakfast sandwiches and cleaning up. The current requirements for U.S. citizens entering Canada who are not conducting essential travel is being vaccinated for COVID and a negative COVID test within 72 hours of entry. There are a few other details, so make sure to check out the Canadian Customs page. All of your information needs to be uploaded into the ArriveCan app, and it's very simple. Eric is getting out the quarantine flag and the Canadian flag. And how does this work, honey?
I believe it's the Canadian flag on top, quarantine flag underneath it. And that means the quarantine flag shows that we haven't been through customs yet, and the Canadian flag is a courtesy flag to fly when you're in another country.
And then once we pass through customs and you take the yellow one off?
Technically, then the quarantine flag comes down.
It's been a month and a half since we've been out on the boat for a long period of time. I'm really looking forward to being out there. We are getting ready to cross over the border right now. We're coming into Van Isle at Sydney to go to the customs dock.
This is the same customs dock that we used on our way to Alaska.
And that looks like the boat we had 2 boats ago. But ours was green. It was a great fishing boat. The fuel dock and the customs dock is right there. But there's a really big boat there. That is a big boat. See, there's customs. There's no place for us on this side, but Eric thinks we can just tie up on the other side. And we're in Nordhavn land. Here we are at the customs booth again. Where's your life jacket? Maybe. And we are headed out.
We passed through customs and we headed out of the marina. We take a left and we shoot through John Passage.
I should be used to this by now, but
Here is an overview of our route from Van Isle Marina all the way to Todd Inlet.
There's a big ferry terminal dock here.
Neither Eric or I have been to Sydney or Victoria. Both had marinas where we contemplated mooring the Havaseas for the winter. We had plans to travel in December, so I wanted to see how close different marinas were to airports or to ferry terminals. So as part of our cruising, I was scouting out the locations of the airports and the ferry terminals on Vancouver Island from the boat.
And out over there, that's the airport. Okay, so we started here, and went around here, over to here. We're here, and so this is what we're seeing, but it looks like the airport may be over there. Here. And we are going to continue to go down that way. You having a good day? You gotta talk to different people? Gotta go for a little walk? Yeah? This is what it looks like in front of us. So this is what our chart looks like. This is Brentwood Bay. And then we are headed down there. Hopefully the sun comes out down there. It's kind of cold. So we're going by Rochart Cove. And this is what it looks like in real life. Pretty small. I think that's a dinghy dock that we can go to so we can go up to the gardens from that direction. Here's a whole bunch of boats that seem to be living here. We're kind of understanding what the marinas get concerned about. And this is Todd Inlet, so we're gonna go see if we can find a good spot to anchor here.
Check out this really cool boat.
And now we're coming into Todd Inlet. And it's wider than it was looking before. Signs that say, on fireworks Saturdays, moor at your own risk, away from shore, because of the firework debris. And it looks like we're coming up to the head of the inlet. Looks like there's at least one other boat here. And then you come around the corner and it opens up. We didn't see any of these boats until we came around that corner.
We enter cautiously. We still aren't used to anchoring in this shallow of water.
There's a couple paddle boarders there.
Headed south? They're headed.
Pump out service is available.
It was a bit misleading coming into Todd Inlet. You think you've reached the end of the inlet, and then you turn around the bend and it opens up to a real nice anchorage.
It's really pretty this morning. It looks like fall. We're gonna go do a little exploring today. How you doing there, Diston? There's a little dinghy dock here. So we parked our little bullfrog here. And
I had read in the Wagner cruising guide about Todd Inlet, but I missed what in the end was my favorite part of Todd Inlet. Instead of visiting Buschard Gardens in November, which we were told was an in-between season time, we explored the Gowland Todd Provincial Park, which was stunning. I would really like to go back and explore more of the hikes.
so we came in here and we walked up around in this area, and now we are here. They even have toilets here. What do you think a culturally modified tree is?
Sinchatin means the place of the blue grouse in the language of the Sanish. The Sanish people lived at Sinchatin for centuries until the 1600s, when a Haida raiding party came and burned the village. The presence of the blue grouse is an indicator of abundant traditional food resources for the Sanish people. Ancient shell middens from the Sanish occupation can still be found throughout the area, as well as culturally modified trees that are hundreds of years old, but yet still thriving due to the sustainable nature of this harvesting practice. In 1859, when European settlers began moving in and commencing agricultural production in the broader region, Sinchatin was renamed Todd Inlet for John Todd of the Hudson Bay Company. Sinchatin underwent drastic changes from 1904 to 1913 as the Vancouver Portland Cement Company set up a quarry and began running mining limestone and transporting it out by water, eventually leading to the environmental degradation of the adjoining lands, shores, and seafloor of the inlet. Evidence of this industrial activity is clearly visible in the cement remains scattered throughout the inlet, as well as the last standing chimney from the factory in the Buschard Gardens. Today, many people are drawn to Sinchatin. Gowland Todd Provincial Park was established in 1994 as part of the Commonwealth Heritage Legacy Program, and Sinchatin became a protected place. Eventually, the path led up to the other entrance of the Buschard Gardens.
Look at that. It's beautiful. There's a few berries right here. I'm asking Eric to try eating one to see if they're poisonous. And there he goes.
Not quite right yet.
Reminds me of another person we know that will just eat something to see if it works. Well, that was fun, but we are definitely wet. Distance, say hi. And look, the boat's still there. I think it's time to go get dried off and maybe some hot chocolate. Yeah? What do you think? You're getting a bath. Yes, you're getting a bath.
It started raining on our walk. We went back to the boat and we had dinner as it rained and rained and rained.
How was it?
It was great.
It's really good, huh?
It was awesome. Yep.
Check out this rain. It has been raining like this all night. But the good news is our boat is dry. We have replaced all of our hatches and they are not leaking. And
Removed all the rub rails except for the one that we couldn't get off under the anchor pulpit, and put new sealant on them, polished them up, and put them back on with a new sealant, and the boat doesn't leak. We haven't found a leak. And I'm going to say with this rain, actually the weather service has said that there's like 160 millimeters of rain in this area in the last 24 hours. That's about 6 inches of rain. We haven't been in a head sea yet, but that's the only other time that it may leak. And considering this late rain, I don't think it's going to leak.
It's awesome.
Yes, I'm happy. Yes, very happy. Very, very much worthwhile getting those rub rails replaced. Yeah.
This is like crazy.
While we were anchored in Todd Inlet, enjoying our cozy boat, a huge storm dumped a record rainfall across British Columbia and Washington State between Saturday and Monday. We had no idea what was occurring outside the inlet as we had no internet or news available to us. The Port of Vancouver was forced to suspend all rail access, and the city itself was all but cut off from the rest of Canada. By the time we left the inlet on November 16, 2021, flooding and mudslides had effectively choked off Vancouver from the rest of the province, as large sections of key highways and railroads into Canada's largest port city were destroyed or damaged, sparking fears of supply shortages.
It quit raining about 2 o'clock, and it is totally clear now. It's a pretty morning, but it's cold. We've had some rest and relaxation, and we're ready for our next adventure.
Todd Inlet was an excellent anchorage.
We have stayed steady the whole time we've been here. We've been anchored in 26 feet of water. Eric is out there pulling the anchor, washing it off. He's decided that the saltwater wash is what you do to get the mud off, and then the freshwater wash is to get the salt off. He wants to keep this chain in very good condition. Are you ready for the next trip?
And now we are leaving Todd Inlet and headed to Victoria. If you've enjoyed this, please press like, and please subscribe if you'd like to continue to watch our adventures.
Havaseas you next time.